Well, continuing Commitment 2026 coverage tonight as Pennsylvania voters still have a little less than 3.5 hours to vote on this year's primary election.
Plenty of time to get to those polls, Michael. And our team coverage continues in Newsay's Susan Shapiro covering a closely watched race between incumbent Chris Gebhardt and also Clovis Crane. Susan.
That's right. The Republican Senate race here in the 48th District of Pennsylvania has been an expensive one. Campaign finance records indicate that both candidates combined have spent more than $1 million, with the skill games industry contributing a lot of money to the challenger. Clovis Crane, a former jockey and now horse breeder and trainer, is going up against Republican incumbent Chris Gebhardt. Gebhardt has been in office since 2021, and this is his first primary challenger. This district includes Lebanon and Berks counties and parts of northern Lancaster County. Both candidates have been running television ads throughout the campaign about skill games and other issues. And there have been some attack ads against Crane, including one about DUI. Gebhardt supports Senate Bill 756, which includes a 35% tax on skill game operators. Clovis Crane, who got a large portion of funds from a major skill games developer and distributor, says that's too high.
Senate Bill 756 is too large of a tax hike on the games of skill. Those skill games, they need regulation and they need taxation, but not so much to where the money doesn't stay in the communities where it's raised.
We need to find what a regulation looks like for that whole industry. The tax rate is really just a starting point of whatever that conversation should be. There's been proposals presented that range anywhere from 16% all the way up to 52%.
The winner of this Republican primary is likely to be the winner of the election since there is no Democratic opponent. And I'm going to toss it over to my colleague Bailey Martin, who's in York County, where there is a special election going on this primary day. Bailey.
Hey, Susan, that's absolutely right. The race here in the 196th district is a unique one compared to some of the other ones that we're following today in the Susquehanna Valley. All voters, Republican, Democrat, and Independent, can vote in this election. They can also vote across party lines. Take a look at this race. Now, this is a special election to fill Representative Seth Grove's unexpired seat. Now, this district includes Dover, New Salem, and Spring Grove boroughs, as well as Dover, Jackson, North Codorus, Paradise, and West Manchester townships. Republican George Margettis and Democrat Ron Ruman are running in this race. Both of them are supervisors in West Manchester Township. Now, there was an issue with the ballots in this election. Now, the York County Elections Office said that some unaffiliated voters in the 196th district did not receive their mail-in ballots. Now, the county said that all of those voters have been contacted and can come here to cast their provisional ballots today. We're seeing the after-work crowd come in. We're here in Dover, so still people are going to be coming in and casting their ballots. Again, this is a unique election here, so we'll be following it for you all evening long, but we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Bailey, thank you. And as you mentioned, the topic of independent voters at play today, as they do not get to vote in the primary, but there are multiple efforts underway to change Pennsylvania's closed primary and let the estimated 1.4 million independent voters in the Commonwealth participate.
Yeah, the state representative Jared Solomon, he's pushing House Bill 280, hoping to see it put to a vote on the House floor this year.
What House Bill 280 seeks to do is say we are going to roll out the Welcome Act. We are going to welcome the veterans and young people and the diverse coalition into the primary system in PA like 40 other states do. We want your energy, we want your voice and vote. And you are going to be able to affiliate with either the Republican or Democratic Party in each primary in Pennsylvania.
And a similar effort is underway in the state Senate with Senate Bill 400. Meanwhile, in the court, a small group of activists and community leaders have filed a lawsuit against the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It asks the court to, quote, declare Section 2812 as applied to independent voters unconstitutional. It says Section 2812 of State Election Code, quote, artificially gives more power to voters who join major political parties than those who have registered as independent voters.
And our primary coverage continues throughout the night on WGAL. And once the polls close, you can find live updates for race results on WGAL.com.